sometimes the thought might pass someone's mind that, doesn't it get repetitive to read the same stories from Torah week after week, year after year? But the truth is, as our world and as our lives keep changing, the Torah speaks to us so differently from one year to the next. And sometimes something happens in our world that makes a portion that seemed so ancient and so distant seem so powerfully perfect for a particular moment in a particular time. We think of the portions coming up in the weeks to come that talk about skin diseases, that talk about quarantine, that talk about going to the priest to have your illness checked, to see if you need to be rechecked in 7 days, to see if you need to stay outside of the camp, to see if you need isolation, quarantine. But what is always so beautiful about that text, and something for us to keep in mind, is the purpose was never ultimately to separate. It was never to push somebody away. It was never to make people outside of. The point was always to heal and ultimately to bring back people into the community and to make the community whole again. Cantor Abby Lyons wrote some beautiful poetry on that very thought of these upcoming portions in the book of Leviticus. Suddenly, she wrote, vast swaths of Leviticus come into new focus, being checked by the priest if you're symptomatic, getting rechecked in 7 days, being self-quarantined outside the camp, away from public spaces, social distancing. And even when it's time to re-enter, washing body and clothes, making an offering of thanksgiving. Because tzara'at really was a virus. With skin lesions and hairs turning white, maybe these measures of ancient quarantine were successful in stemming the tide, slowing transmission, helping the epidemic run its course, bringing the community together. Spur us to take swift action. Inspire us to do what we can for those who are more vulnerable than us. Help us to transcend the false divisions of clean and unclean, symptom-free and symptomatic, healthy or sick, inside or outside the camp. May we let this virus teach us just how interconnected we all really are. Lifter of the fallen, healer of the sick, redeemer of the bound, who commands us to wash our hands.